It's your boy, Doc Whitebeard, here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, okay? The Chief Rocker, BusyBee. The Chief Rocker, BusyBee. My buddy, Chief Rocker, BusyBee. How you doing today, my brother?
I'm holding on, Doc, man. Just holding on, waiting for this pandemic to be over with, man, so we can go out there and rock. In the words of my man Melly Mel, I'm like Quentin Quarantino right now.
Quentin Quarantino, I know that's right. You and me both. You know, I can't wait to get back out there to hip hop and Henny, so we can.
Yeah, that was the last screen. We almost got it off, but they got us instead. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Which probably was a good thing. So we got time to actually do some other stuff and make some more stuff happen along with it when it all falls out.
Yes, no question. We'll get past this pandemic and all this stuff, man. You know. But speaking of which, right? Let's just go right into that, man. You know, this year, how would you say this year has started for you?
It started out great, and then it just started, and then it ended up. Well, it's not to the end yet, but it started out great. The January, the February was all right. We got into March and it started going crazy. So from March until like right now, you know, at the end of the day, as I look back now, it's been a blessing. You know, I got a little rest. I got to sit here with my wife and get to know her a little better. You know what I'm saying? And I got to eat good every day. I cook my own food, you know. And between me and you, you know, our little thing, we flashing shrimps and stuff.
There you go. Seafood Saturdays.
You know, and all that, you know. So, I mean, and all that, you know, to catch some of my friends now at home, when you know, you try to call, everybody's on the road or everybody's moving around and people being busy. A lot of people are stable now, you know. You get to actually talk and plan out stuff and put stuff together if that's what you have to do and move on. For me, I got away from a lot of the stress that I was running through, a lot of the negatives, you know, till I just moved out and started planning me, doing my own little thing, and things just been working out.
Right. You've been out. How long you been out in Vegas?
Since I left the East Coast last year, December. So you know, like I said, the Christmas was good, the January, the February, a little bit of the March, and then like after our man Kobe Bryant was gone, it was over.
Oh my goodness, right? It's like everything definitely seemed like it went downhill from there. You know,
yeah.
and it's funny you should say that because COVID took over, and you seem to forget about everything prior to that, right? It's like
right.
After February, all we've been talking about is, you know, this pandemic, COVID-19, so on and so forth. You know, and aside from the racial tensions and George Floyd, you know, with. I mean, what a combustible situation, right? To have everybody at home, they can't move nowhere, and then you have this situation with this gentleman, may he rest in peace, George Floyd, and the racial divide in this country, right? So it's like everybody's at home, everybody sees it right on TV, and it's magnified 10 times what it would be. Right? If things were normal. So me, I'm a God-fearing man, right? So I like to say that, you know, certain things, you know, I mean, I know that COVID-19 is not sent from God, but God has a way of, you know, letting things happen so that other things, you know, can show themselves. You know what I'm saying? In this particular instance, with the racial tension, I think it was very important and it was needed, man, and everybody had to be home to see it.
Well, at the end of the day, you know, for our culture, as far as hip hop, we stuck together through the whole thing, and we have an army as well, which is better notified as the NFAC, you know, and that's ruled by one of the icons of hip hop, a partner and a friend of mine by the name of Jazzy J. You know what I'm saying? He's the boss, the CEO, and the founder of the FCA, of the NFCA.
Grandmaster J, yeah, no doubt.
Right, so we have protection in our culture. We have protection in our society, in our communities, if needed. There have not been a bigger cause for us because in hip-hop, it's no racial tensions. We have our stuff come in all shapes, sizes, and colors. We all around the world, and as far as international to national, we do it through via emails and stuff, and all our stuff is nothing but love. So now when you have the other side of society who don't like the side that we working on because we are together, they seem they can't break that up. You hear the chaos, you know what I'm saying? And for us in hip hop, we look and we listen, but there's, if you heard or have seen, there's nobody in our culture had a problem for nothing. All we did was have fun and be waiting for us to keep on going. But the people is having a lot of problems, and those people chose to have their own cultures and to abide by their own rules. In our culture, which is hip hop, it's peace, love, unity, and having fun. So if that ain't what you're doing with your time, there's nothing else but self-destruction, and we ain't a part of that. You know what I'm saying? And for me, I do a half-hour show every day, and then for the half hour that my friends and fans come and participate in my event, it's nothing but love. I'm going to shout you out. We're going to talk. We're going to laugh. We're going to kiki. If we drink, we're going to drink. If we smoke, we're going to smoke. We're going to do what fits the program, because that's what people are in the program. And you have people of all ethnic and different colors that understand one thing: love. And if we can do that, that's cool. Now, I understand we got to have a little destruction with love, because love comes with destruction. But the way we have it is not the way it's genocide. It's totally different. And then they want us to exercise our rights and our minds to straighten out what they messed up. And that's where the confusion come in. Because in hip-hop, if we do it together, then we can fix the problem, because it's nothing but a problem. That's why they had us go to school back in the days, to solve problems.
Amen, amen. Unity, man. Hip-hop has been, it started with unity.
Right, so if we find a problem, we fix it, and then there's nobody to blame. But in the other side, they want to blame everybody for everything, but nobody want to fix problems. It's nothing but a problem till you fix the problem, then there's nobody to blame.
There you go, there you go. I love it, and I respect that, because you're absolutely right. With the fingers pointing in the opposite direction, you know, you don't get to solve the problem. Sometimes you have to look inward. You have to look inward. If you know, I'm a firm believer that, you know, the mirror tells the truth, right? And the mirror tells you, we as individuals, the truth. When you look in there, you see. And as long as you good with what you see, what you putting out, you know what I'm saying, then you can sleep well at night. You know what I'm saying? But I know, you know, like I know, like they don't give a shit how they sleep. You know what I'm saying? As long as we sleeping bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. And that's the trick for most of them, because we not sleeping bad.
Right.
See, that's where they fucked up. We not sleeping bad. We might be sleeping just as good or better than them. Because we, at the end of the day, you know what we do? We get sleep. They don't.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. So, you know, with George Floyd, we touched upon that, man. We touched upon, you know, this COVID-19 stuff and this pandemic starting off the year. You know, tell me a little bit about, you know, BusyBee, man. Tell me what makes you tick. Tell me what keeps the battery and the motor in you, man.
Just people like you and the folks out there in society, man, because I know if I don't go do it. And then I give you one good scenario. James Brown. I go back. I listened to James Brown. James Brown told us maybe 50 years ago, people, we got to get over before we go under. We got to learn how to own our own, have our own. James Brown told us this maybe in 1965, and I listened to those, because those lyrics and those words, right now, if we not listening to none of that or doing none of that, it's over. And he told us, man, that we got to get together, own some stuff, even if me and you do it. It can't be just one person. Okay, fine. Then find somebody that like to do the same thing you do, have the same passion you do, and y'all put it together yourself. And it's still one big creation, but it took 4 or 5 people to build it. And that's not a problem. And we never really had that problem. they try to make that a problem so you can get jealous of what I'm doing because you can't do it or you wanted to do it and we're not doing it together. So it make you envy of me, and then it make me envy of you if you do something different. And that's where the chaos come in. But if you like what I like and we like it together and we can spend, and if it costs us something and we can put it together, then it's no problem. Because after we put it together, it's still one thing that we got, that now we got, not just you, or just not just some person we don't know. So at the end of the day, it's about us now. It's no, and I say this in my show, it's no time for oops, no time for, oh shit, my bad. It's no time for I'm sorry. Because if you over the age and you still sorry, god damn, man, you still sorry? Oh, shit, you ain't get that shit right yet? Well, you ain't got to keep using that phrase. And at the end of the day, if we got it together, we got it together. It's still one, you know?
No question. And okay, so with that said, right, we come from a culture of, again, unity, inclusion. Hip-hop is what we are, is what we do, right? Now, do you feel that, hip-hop today is unified? Do you feel that, they respect the culture and the genesis and the origins of where we come from?
No, the rap don't respect it. No, they don't. Commercial companies use it. They don't respect it. They use it. They use it for their well-being, but pay you for your services. So at the end of the day, we hold our own because we respect our own. And they use us for certain materials, which is fine because they have to pay for those services. And that services feed our family, pay a bill, buy something for us we need or have or actually have. You know what I'm saying? It's more than just that. But as a whole, our culture is good because, again, there's nobody in our culture locked up. There's nobody in our culture hurting that we need to pay attention to except Biz Markie, and he's doing great now. You know what I'm saying? And with all the prayers we done put out, he's doing fabulous now. So, again, there's no hurting in our culture. We're here still to help. They're asking us to help in any kind of way they can use it.
Okay, so what would you say to the rappers today, right, and the content in their lyrics as opposed to what we're used to, having fun in hip hop and party rock and party rhymes and all this, and having a message, right? These days, some hip hop or some rap per se, because it's like a distinction between the two, right? Hip hop is our culture. What they doing these days is rapping and benefiting, like you said, from, the rappers, right? Not necessarily from our culture. They doing something different.
Well, I'll sum it up like this. Rap is something we do. Hip-hop is something we live.
We live. There we go. Right.
Rap is something we do. Hip-hop is something we live.
There you go. All right. So with that said, what would you say what was your biggest hit? What was your biggest hit, Busy?
Oh man, probably Running Things, Suicide. No. The Making Cash Money made me. When you see the platinum, it's the Making Cash Money.
There you go.
It went 11 million platinum. Suicide only, one time. So, but it was a hit in the urban areas. You know what I mean?
Right.
It made a classic. The Bob to the Bob. The Kumo D shit, everybody went around the world. You know what I'm saying? And I went diamond with that one.
There you go.
Me and Kid Rock, we crushed the world with that. And that's like my biggest one today.
Cash Money. Okay, that's what's up. So,
you want to hear something else funny?
Tell me.
It was called Making Cash Money, right?
Right.
I ain't making that.
Yeah.
When we remixed it with me and Kid Rock, we got rich.
Right. When you okay, so you say so you made off pretty good after that. So you cashed out.
The 1982, the original song, Making Cash Money.
Right.
I ain't making that.
We ain't make it down, but in the remix, you got to see some green.
Right.
There we go. And then okay, so then we got a little. I'm gonna go back to my history, right, from what I remember. I'm always in a hip hop head, right, and but before I get into the battle raps with Kumo D and all that stuff, but we'll talk about that in a minute, because I'm from Harlem.
Wasn't no goddamn battle.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So before we get.
He was too ugly, so he had to hurry up and try to do something to sabotage my shit so he could look pretty. And it didn't make him look no prettier. All it did was make him look more fatter and ugly. So he's still my friend today, and it's all good. But if it wasn't for me, we would have no goddamn Kumo.
There we go.
Now we ain't got to go through that shit.
And you still sing about him today, right, in the Sticky Green joint, right?
I see him so today. I got to ask him what the fuck he doing. Eating kids, he got all kids and shit.
He got to get on the
deep. Like me and you.
That's right. He got to start doing what's best. I had to throw one in there.
Right.
I had to throw one in there. Yeah, man. He got to get on it, but it's all good. Listen, especially now.
Now, Kumo D is my man. He been, Kumo D is my friend. Been that for years. Nothing but respect. I understand what he did, and again, it didn't bother me then. It didn't bother me now. It don't bother me now. But again, I understand what he did or tried to do.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it looked out for both of us. It helped him a lot. I still maintained my position.
It benefited the culture.
Right, and that goes to show the other cats. So if you get disqualified or hurt by one of your peers, don't give up. Don't let him bring you down. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing what you're doing. A perfect example, 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Ja Rule was doing what he was doing. 50 came in and tried to discredit him about he's a sucker, this and that, but Ja Rule almost fell for it and went back at him and tried to do that.
Right.
But you didn't have to.
Right.
You understand? You just hold your ground, keep doing what you're doing, and you still a win, which they both won. So nobody really lost because Ja Rule still makes his money, 50 make his money. But he did that to build himself up, as such as a Kumo D. You know what I mean?
Right.
He wanted to be a solo MC, so to build himself up, that's what he did. He felt he had to do that against the best. You can't do it against a bum,
He had to go to, if I remember correctly, right, the first solo MC, right? You are.
That's right.
The first solo MC. Okay, that's we take it back to Wild Style days, right?
Right.
And let's talk about that a little bit. How was that experience, my brother? That's Hollywood, man. Where did they film that?
That was one of the best experiences in the whole thing, because as we filmed, we went on script, then we went on instant. We went on script, and we went right on instance. Because for the scene of the limo, when I pulled up to the limo,
right,
that wasn't in the script. Because I actually pulled up in the limo.
When they were taping, you pulled up in a.
Right.
Okay.
And it was like, wow, that was awesome. Yo, we gotta do that again. And they found some way to put that in the script. Like, after you win the contest, you get in the limo, we film you in the limo with some girls, and we do this, and we go to the hotel. I said, all right, let's do that. You know what I'm saying? And that came about. That was like one of the most horrendous parts of the movie, like. Everybody remember that scene with the bed and the
right. You wind up stealing. You wind up stealing that particular movie and that particular scene, as they say, right? You stole that scene. That's for damn sure.
Right. And then you had Icon. You had Bad Five Freddy. You had Lisa Lee. Lisa Lee is the girl that asked me, "What am I doing?" Like, BusyBee, what you doing? That was Lisa Lee.
Right.
Soul Sonic Falls. And then you had Fat Five Freddy, me, you had Zorro, the Lincoln artist, the graffiti artist. So, it was the first authentic movie made.
To represent the culture, right?
Classic. Yeah, that was a classic. That helped us a lot. Well, it helped me a lot. Helped out a couple of the Cold Crush, between cast, a few of us still working Fat Five Freddy. We still work that, and get props off it. The movie did excellent. It's now in the books next to the Purple Rain, Prince, and the Beatles, Yellow Submarine.
That's
so
right.
Wild Style, we got our props for that, our awards for that. So it did me awesome.
That's cool. So what did you do with the money you earned from that movie?
Oh, shit, that was 1980. I bought a Toyota. I don't know if you remember the Toyota Cressida.
I do. I sure do.
I bought a Toyota straight off the floor. You know.
Those was fire. Those was fire.
Yeah.
Because that was the luxury line. That was the luxury line of the Toyota back then.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I bought one of them. And I bought I seen Bismarck with a big stupid rope doodle chain. I went and got one of them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I spent it.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
He said, "What you do with the money?" I spent it.
All right, we're gonna sit here and chop it up all day. Let me get back to do my job, right? Let me get back to some of the questions. Let me see. Okay, so what was your first? What would you say was your first introduction to hip hop, Busy?
Oh man, wow, 1976, probably the end of '76, beginning of '77. I saw Melly Mel and Flash, you know, in the park. And Kid Creole and Melly Mel was on the microphone. They was the two first people I ever saw do any of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was fascinated. And I didn't know they was brothers. By looking at them, I knew they was kind of related somewhere. I didn't know they was brothers until I got to know them. But I saw Flash and them play music on the streets. And they had the two MCs, and I was wondering what the mic stands was for. I didn't figure it out. Like, I didn't know what they was gonna do with them. And then as Flash was playing breakbeat records and stuff, Melly Mel or Cowboy every now and then would get on the mic or either tell people not to come behind the ropes or shout out some of their friends on the microphone with their voice and stuff. And that was cool. And then Flash played the record The Bra. I don't know if you're familiar with the song The Bra. Doom, doom.
Doom, 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 doom. Doom, you got it, yep.
So Melly Mel and Kid Creole, they was grabbing the mics and it was like a tennis match. He'll say something, he'll say something. He'll say something, he'll say something. And to the beat. And I was like, you know, I'm rhyming like, that shit is dope. Yo. But then when I saw them do that, I didn't have nobody like a partner.
Right.
You know, let's do that. You know, I didn't have nobody to do that. So, and then as I kept seeing it happen, and everywhere I went, I saw them too. And then when Keith Cowboy came along, and then Mean Gene had the same thing. Everybody had 2 and 3 guys.
Mean Gene, that's Theodore's brother, right? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's Theodore's brother, right? Yeah.
Right. Mean Gene put me down with the Mean Gene put me in with the L brothers because he was the boss. And Theodore was a little kid.
Right.
He had no say so in nothing. Mean Gene was the boss. And so he asked me to be a part of his family, which was the L brothers, because his last name was Livingston.
Uh-huh.
So they named themselves the L brothers. So I said, what the hell I'm gonna do with that? I ain't got no, you know. They said, but you family, so you be down with us. I said, okay. And then they had Kevy Kev and Robbie Rob, who they was brothers. So it was like Cordio, Mean Gene, and Theodore, 3 brothers, then 2 MC brothers. What the fuck was I? You know? So I sat in the middle of all
You was the
shit.
third wheel. You was the third wheel.
Yeah, I was the black cat of this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. So I always figured that out. So, you know, I just kept on going, and then I would move around certain places, and people would hear me on the mic with my voice. It was always my voice. That I had a distinctive voice, they say, where you know that's BusyBee right there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's what it was. And I got hired by Mario. I got hired by Van Barton. I got hired by, you know, her to just, and not hired. If they saw me at I was cool enough that I could touch their microphone. You know what I mean?
Right.
With no problem. So, you know, and AJ came along and asked me to be a part of him because he was more to me. He was more closer to Flash and playing with Flash more than anybody. Cool DJ AJ and Kenny G with Love Bug Starsky, they played with Flash more than anybody. So that was a good in for me because he asked me to be his MC. And at this time, Kenny G was always like getting in trouble or something or wasn't around. And he couldn't be AJ's sidekick like he would want to or how AJ would want him to. And I was around. So that's how me and AJ built up the quarrel. But I always had different shit with the mic. I don't know. Even to this day, they say, yo, B, what make you do what you do on that mic? I don't know, man. It's just
it's in the DNA. It's in the DNA.
I was born to do this shit,
there you go.
You know, it seemed like I was born because everybody asked me, even from back then to today, it's the same question. Where do you get the energy to do it? And how do you sound the same on the record and live? That's impossible. Like, I don't know.
Hey, that's a gift. It's a gift, baby. It's a gift. And when you got it, you got it. That's what it is. Right? So BusyBee.
I got it.
Then you got it. That's right. Now, I heard you mention Lovebug Starsky, right? So I know sometimes I see your name, written down and it says BusyBee Starsky, right? Where did your name originate from?
That was a confidence back, like maybe 77, as we was coming up before everything really started blowing. Because his name was Lovebug Starsky. I was just known as Starsky. I wasn't a BusyBee.
Ah.
I got the name BusyBee from Robbie Rob, from Kevin Kev's brother, Master Rob. He kept, because they always was looking for me and trying to find me, trying to get up with me, and I always never was too late, but I was always on time. So he called me up and he said, "You a goddamn BusyBee, man, every time, man." And then he said BusyBee, and I kept saying, "Okay, Lovebug, Lovebug." I said, "Okay, BUSYBEE. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that."
Bang bang.
Like that. So I said, I'm gonna keep that name BusyBee, the BUSYBEE, and still go right along with the LOVE, the B. So if you want to get fly saying that shit, I can get fly saying this shit, and it ain't you, and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your name starts with the Lovebug, so now I'm BUSYBEE. So I took out the Starsky period because I built the BusyBee up enough to people already knew. Okay, that's BusyBee, that's Lovebug. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They starting to understand the voices and they knew who was who. So I threw out the Starsky and just left BusyBee. Then I did a show in Maryland and I did a substitution for Sugar Hill. They had a concert and I did a substitution for somebody and rocked that and they called me the Chief Rocker. They said, this motherfucker is the Chief Rocker right here. He rocked that shit. And I liked it that name. So I kept that. So I got the Chief Rocker BusyBee now. So I got all this shit for free.
And that's it. And that's the one right now. I like that. Chief Rocker BusyBee. That's what's up.
There it is.
Cool in the gang, man. So do you remember your first party? Do you remember your first party jam that you went and rocked the house? You know what I'm saying? Before?
Yeah, 123. I was with School King Mario in junior high school 123 against the big. I was against Van Bart and Mr. Biggs. We rocked. You know what I'm saying? I was rocking. I did so good on the thing. My voice sounded so good on this system. You couldn't fuck with me. I knew I was the man. My voice was so. I ain't never heard myself sound so goddamn good.
How long from that party, right, to your first record deal?
I had the first record deal in '80 with AJ. Me and AJ got our first record deal in 1980, right after Sugar Hill. But it was me, AJ, and DJ Smalls. The record was called Rapping All Over. It didn't do nothing, but we got a chance to do it.
Right. After after Sugar Hill? You say after Sugar Hill?
Yeah, after that Rappers Delight record came out.
Right. So after Big Hank stole all the Cold Crush, all the Kaz rhymes and stuff, right? I remember. Right. I know the history on that. I know the history on that one.
Right.
See?
We got both y'all.
All right, we back.
Take a puff.
There you go.
Take a puff.
Hit it. We got some good stuff going there, man. I'm not gonna keep you too much longer, man. I appreciate your time.
I ain't doing the goddamn thing. I'm watching TV, smoking this shit here, man. Drinking good. We ain't doing nothing, man.
That's what's up. This
Can we
is.
talk about the apparel? I should get that in too before we go.
Yeah. Matter of fact, there we go. Let's tell the people what you doing now.
Right. Hey, well, right now, your boy BusyBee, I got the apparel gear, I got the collection. You know, they asked for the icon, the hip-hop stuff, so I put out memorabilia. And then the album called Running Things, one of my favorite songs and one of a lot of people's favorite songs. So I got the T-shirts out for that. I have the Black Lives Matter 2 T-shirts, and everybody asked me what's the reason for the 2. I said because it's just a reminder, you know, because they say all lives matter, sure, so we all know that. But then they say the Black Lives Matter, but they've been saying the Black Lives Matter for the last 3 or 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So I add the 2 on it. So it's just a reminder. What's the 2 for? It's a reminder that all lives matter and Black Lives Matter too. And they're like, yeah, okay.
There you go.
So it's a reminder, you know what I mean? And I got that out, you know, put that online for all my friends and stuff like that want to participate. And it's doing pretty good because people understand when I tell them what I just told you, you know, they understand and they say, yeah, you're right, you know, so they purchased that. And then I got the rest of the line, you know, my logos and stuff. You know, I did a lot of stuff and a lot of fans asked me, so here's the time. I might as well try to get it out there now. But all the proceeds now, at the end of the day, I want them to know this too. I'm not getting rich off of this. So y'all can buy it all and that can be great. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not getting rich off it. And the proceeds is going for a demonstration that I'm trying to put on for 2021. There's a venue out here in Vegas that has an indoor and an outdoor. So however the weather is, if it rain, it still can go on.
Right.
Nice and beautiful. And if it don't rain, we can do in and out. So, and the guy would give it to me for a whole year, which he put up his money to buy these things that I'm putting out, the T-shirts, the shirts, the V-necks, the hats. He spent his money to do that for me.
Right.
So he said, all I want to do is see your clientele and what you said, BusyBee, because I believed it. But here is the proof. You know, he did the Cuban Gooden Jr. to me. He said, show me the money. You know so now I get all of my fans and friends. And then again, it's not but $25. So I know a lot of my friends drink champagne, smoke weed. Their weed costs $100, $200. So to get $25 out of that ain't gonna be bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Trying to get 100 might be a little hurtful. But to get $25 ain't bad at all. So I need all of my friends to go ahead and cop a Black Lives Matter too, you know, or something from the apparel. So if my friend can make his and see that I do have followers and friends to if we have this venue and they see this and they'll come out, participate, have a good time, that's all we want. You know what I mean? That's all I want. And if I lose out on making a lot of money, fine, because I'll make money another way with the venue. Because we're gonna have the stuff, all the events will be free. But then we have the vendors.
Right.
And, you know, you can stuff like that. And it'll work out for me. But at the end of the day, at least when you get off the plane to come out here, you don't have to worry about buying the ticket or did the ticket sell out or because it's free.
There you go. There you go.
All you got to do is find your boy BusyBee. And we're going to be partying and laughing and geeking and you're having a good time. And all of the events will be a 2-day event, 3-day event, really. But, you know, so people have time to get here, relax, party, chill out, and talk. We have workshops, business things, you know, you would be a part of it, Doc. I mean, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I need all the proceeds and all the people that I can get to cop these things. And we have a deadline, September. We'll have a deadline with the Black Lives Matter in August. But we still got all the way up to September, October to just purchase stuff off the apparel gear. And we'll be all right. You know what I mean? And then next year, when I say come on here, it's going to be for 2 days, 3 nights, and we going to party like rock stars.
Nice,
you know
nice.
What I mean?
That's what's up. You know, you see me, you know, I support. I fully support. I got my joints. People ask me the same thing, like, yo, what's the Black Lives Matter 2 joints? I explain it the same way. I'm like, look, man, you know, so it's the movement, BusyBee's movement. We all in collaboration, and it's all hip hop unity, you know. And I'm doing my part, no more trying. I'm doing my part to bring light to us, right? the pioneers and the people, you know,
Well,
who
I see
started
what
this.
you're doing, Doc. And that's another reason why I participate in your thing. I do see what you're doing. I like what you're doing. So I supported that. And at the same time, you just hop back on and support me. So we've been doing each other. And as we say, each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? And what you represent, I represent. I just proved it. You like what I like what you like. We doing it together.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
there it is, right there.
We need more of this though. We need more of this in our culture. We need a little more of this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but this is what I'm saying. You know, if you happen to see somebody that like what you like, it's easy to start getting stuff because now it's not a whole strain on you. It might cost too much money, but he liked the same thing you like.
So
we
together,
got the same passion.
Absolutely,
He might
together.
got enough, you got enough. We put it together, and we got it.
There you go. There you go. So I'll give the people who's watching, right, my channel, a little bit of history on how you and I came to be friends, right? Because I like to consider you a friend, right?
We a perfect example. You was given a party. It was hip hop. I called you up. I didn't know you from a damn can of paint.
There you go. Absolutely. And look where we at today, man. You know.
And I came to your event like I told you I would. We had a good time. I said, when you gonna do it again? You said this time. We start talking, and look.
Yeah, and unfortunately, we had to put the second party on hold because he was going to be definitely a part of that one, right?
Right. But just to say that, but I'm just saying, there it is, right there.
Absolutely.
I said it, and I there go the perfect example because we did it.
We did it. We live it. We live it. We living it right now, man. We living it right now. So you know it's possible. It's not impossible, you know. And I got to tell you, this brother's been genuine. This brother's been genuine since that first, message he hit me back with. Sure, it's in Harlem. I'm coming up. I'm gonna stop by, just like that. And that's how we've been getting along ever since. And that was great. Hip hop and Henny. That was a good party, man. It was a really good party. You know what I'm saying? You came in. We had Boogie Black. We had Peso 131. We had all of you pioneers and legendary hip hop pioneers, there.
Right.
And with me and Peso, it's just like we said, right? One person it was maybe too much for, but together, right, we were able to do it. We were able to pull this shit off, And now we got something going on, and we got something that we can move with, So
and see, so just like with your concept, we going to the West Coast now.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. So sooner than not, as soon as we get past all of this, Quentin Quarantino stage and shit, right? As soon as we get past Quentin Quarantino, But yeah, man, listen, I see them big diamonds behind you, man. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the fact that, you took the time to talk to a brother, right? And I just ask you, I'll finish off with this. Your contribution, what would you say is your contribution overall to the culture of hip hop?
The overall culture is what I represent and always will to its own will, the peace, love, unity, and having fun. That is it. That is all. That is our culture. Other than that, again, don't hurt nobody. I got one rule. That's the only rule. Don't hurt nobody. You know what I mean?
There you go. Peace, love, and unity, man. That's what we all about. Especially coming from the generation that we come from. I think.
Right. But we ain't supposed to be here. We ain't supposed to be here.
You know what I'm saying? And I know you like I do. There was a few situations where, sure enough, I'm not supposed to be here. So thank somebody, for praying. Absolutely, man. BusyBee, this is the Chief Rocker, BusyBee. Appreciate you, my brother. Appreciate you for the culture. I appreciate your time. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you every day, for what you do. You keep us happy. You keep us, with a smile on our face, with the medicinal. We got the medicinal going for when, for when you need it, for when you need to relax, And it's just wonderful, man. And I appreciate our friendship and our unity, and I look forward to the future, man. Because we got some things to do, baby. We got some things to do, baby. You know?
We got things to do, man. Hey, so tell the rest of the family, I said stay up. I saw your wife with the shirt on, tell her stay up. That's what's up.
She did.
Awesome. I don't forget. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely,
up,
man.
Hey, God, stay up, man. Be easy.
All right. You too, my brother. Peace and love. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right.